Hi, this is Mandrproductions and Pro Lego Channel, and we're calling about your car's extended warranty. Just kidding. We want to know. What do we want to know? I mean, Ryan wants to know, like, what are you doing to the tipper truck? Well, you want to market. I mean, I'm curious, but, like, I wasn't going to make a whole phone call about it. He wants to know, like, are you raising the price unfairly so, like, children won't have Christmas? Yeah, I mean, we really need to think of the children here. I mean, children want tipper trucks, and you have tipper trucks, but won't give them to children. It's unfair. And, you know, everything in the world has to be perfectly 100% fair. And if you own 365 tipper trucks, that's 365 children that cry on Christmas. And do you want to be that guy? I wouldn't want to be that guy. I mean, I'd be the guy with the battle pack, but not, I mean, tipper trucks? I think we got 10 seconds. 10 seconds? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.
Someone in this town trying to burn the house down.
Hey, it's Jabbo. Welcome to BrickTsar. This is your home for vintage Lego. Today we're going to open a couple of packages. I got one from Bricklink, a US seller, and I got one from Lego. And I'm in the middle of doing my taxes, so I'm a little stressed right now as I finish up the taxes. So some of the videos these days are going to be kind of shorter. Anyway, I want to just answer one question and just mention something. In doing the totals, like I'm a terrible record keeper, and I've lost receipts, so I don't even have everything to claim. But I think in 2020, I spent more on Lego than ever in my life in 1 year. So I got that going. It makes me think I need to analyze 2021, go ahead and start compiling things now instead of waiting until the last minute and just see where I'm at and maybe budget things a little better. So 2020 was apparently a very profitable year for the Lego group. And I think a lot of it had to do with the pandemic, the increased Bricklink sales for a lot of people. This year it has been a little down. I'm pretty sure I haven't spent at the rate that I did last year, and I haven't sold at the rate that I did last year. But I did have a question about Bricklink and buying from overseas, which I'm assuming is from David Wilkie, I think it is. I'm assuming he's talking about overseas from Europe and such. Has the experience been mostly positive? Well, the number one thing over the last year or so, and I think it's gotten better recently, because when the pandemic was going strong, the biggest drawback to buying either direction was shipping time and shipping costs. Mainly the shipping time, because it was taking 2 to 3 months to get packages both ways. If you're in the U.S., it's not bad because you don't get usually hit with the tax, because I don't know why we don't get hit with the tax. I guess because we don't have a value-added tax. But sometimes things do get held up in custom. I actually have a package that was held up in custom for about 2 weeks, but it's finally been released, and I should be getting it pretty soon. But shipping aside, I think mostly, from my point of view, it has been a mostly positive experience. We have had the hauls this year that smelled bad. So I would recommend, just like with anything, whether it's eBay on Bricklink or Bricklink, look at people's feedback, and you might see, if you see a trend, like they may have a lot of positives, but somebody may say the pieces were smelly or something like that. Look at that. Look at their history and their feedback. But a lot of the bigger sellers, you're not going to run into that problem. The other thing, though, my perspective on buying from overseas may be different than yours, because when I'm buying, I'm usually looking for old, retired parts and sets, very old usually. And so the buying experience is a little different than perhaps if you're just looking for elements that may be just new items that are currently available in sets and things like that. So it's a little different for me, but it's not going to be perfect with anything. But the one thing I like about Bricklink over eBay is that for the most part, especially the more established people that have been doing it longer, It's people that love Lego, love the hobby, and are passionate about it, and want people to treat them, or want to treat people the way they would like to be treated. So I've never had a bad experience. In fact, this is I've had recently. I had somebody ask me about a minifigure, if it was assembled or not, because there are people that care. They don't want you to put the pieces together for a minifigure. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know why people are like that, and some people are particular about that. They don't. It's like if you piece together a set, or you're parting out a set, and it's got minifigures. Sometimes I would always just assemble them so that the pieces would all be together. But some people don't like that. They almost view it as it's not new. I mean, all you did was put it together, but it's assembled, so they think it's not new. But it is, to me. It's still new. I've never had anybody actually complain about it. I have heard of other people that sell minifigures, people complaining about it. But I did have somebody ask the question, and I was so glad he asked the question, because I went to the drawer and the figures weren't there. There's supposed to be 4 of them, and they weren't there. So now I got 4 missing figures, or either I did the quantity wrong at some point. So yeah, I got more missing parts in the store. And the other thing, I couldn't think of what I was going to say, and I remember what it is, because it kind of relates to David's question about international. Is I shipped an order to Canada today, and the shipping was so much. It was only 9 ounces. It cost over $20. I only charged a guy like $12.50 for the shipping. In fact, this is something I've done. The USPS raised rates during the pandemic, but I didn't raise mine. I kept them the same. So a lot of the orders, I've been charging people less than what the actual shipping is. But it just got ridiculous. So I've actually canceled international shipping. I don't even do it anymore. It's crazy. I mean, it's $20 to send a 9-ounce package. So sorry about that. For the only place I was shipping was Canada anyway. I would like to open it up globally, but it's just, I don't see, I mean, paying more for shipping than what the actual pieces that you're buying is. It's just crazy. Oh, and I made a mistake at the end of April. Somebody bought a Palpatine minifigure from me, and this morning I got this very upsetting email from PayPal. You won't be able to print labels until you pay the postage on this label. And I'm like, I pay postage when I print it. And it was like, but it said, oh, it's a duplicate. And I was like, oh no, because what happens is when you're printing labels, I usually print them and then I close them. Some people batch print, but I do them one at a time so that I don't make a mistake. But apparently I left the window open, because this is one I did. It's not one that my wife did. It's one I did, because I remember picking the Palpatine figure. And I printed the label for the previous order. I did that order. And then when I paid for the postage for the Palpatine figure, but I printed the label for the other order that was a bigger order. So I actually, that guy's order was one was in Texas, and Palpatine was supposed to go to California, and the Texas order was heavier. So anyway, I got the notification, pay this or else, and I was like, I looked to that date, and that package showed delivered, and I had received positive feedback. But the duplicate label, I was trying to figure out, okay, which person now has the duplicate label. So I was looking at people that haven't received the orders, and I said, well, you know what? It's got to be the same day. It would have to be from the same day. And I looked in the same day, and there was another order, and I looked at the shipping information for that one. It showed that the post office never received it. So it showed we printed the label or made the label, but it showed the post office hadn't received it. And I was like, oh no. I knew then, I was like, he has to have the duplicate label. So I paid the postage, had my wife pick another order. Fortunately, we had another minifigure, so we got the minifigure, and we're shipping it out to that guy. And actually, it had been 2 weeks by the time I got this notification. It's been 2 weeks, so I refunded him his whole amount. He's going to get the figure for free, and the guy that had the other order is going to get the same figure. And I told him just keep it. I'm like, I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with him having to ship it back to me or to the other guys. I said, just keep it. I'll deal with the loss of the figure and the money for the order. It's just, I would rather. I think the guy had actually placed like 8 or 9 orders in my store, and I would rather have a happy customer in a bad situation than get my money. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I feel bad for the guy. It's gonna take probably 3 weeks by the time he gets it, because he's in California. I'm over here in Georgia. So this is from Andy's Brick Shop. Look, 4x10 plates. Not many people have this in quantity. I did the haul recently. Bricks and the Dollar had 6 of them. Andy's Brick Shop had 5. So I'm starting at the top, working my way down. I'm getting close to all the 4x10 plates that I need to make 365 tipper trucks. But it's getting hard to find them with anybody with a quantity of more than 3. And the windshields is the other thing that I need to get. But I do have a big order coming from Germany that will have some windshields. Hey, a reason to buy from overseas. Vintage windshields. I also picked up 4 basketballs. I hated to place such a small order and pay for shipping. I thought, I got to throw something else in there. So I always get the ball contraption balls and the chrome mufflers. I'm not going to pay a lot for this muffler. Anybody know that reference? All right, and now we'll do the shop at home order. Yeah, I think I spent more at Lego.com than ever, and also more on Lego in general than ever in 2020. So hopefully 2021 will be less. I think some of the big things, or two big purchases I made in 2020 was the Millennium Falcon and the Star Destroyers. That's $15 right there. All right, so this is Revenge of the Sith. We got another one of these. I need to get 3 of these. I now have 2 of them. The other one, I thought it was right here. It must be over there. I want to build the big Darth Vader, which is not in the instruction manual. I think it's online. And so I thought about building just that Darth Vader, but I'm like, no, I want to build the big one. So I need 3 of these. And I may have 3 already. I just don't know where I put it, if I do. And then, of course, I got the free Tatooine, whatever thing. All right, so that is a pretty small, simple haul. But I want to mention another thing. The answering machine is working. I do get messages on it, but occasionally, if it doesn't work, it's flaky because it's old. It's over 30 years old. Some of the messages are going to the digital voicemail. So the analog voicemail, the machine, you will hear Yoda right now. I'm going to change the message at some point. If you hear the automated, I don't even know what the automated voicemail says, but I did notice I have some messages on the digital. And so I can screen record those to play them. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm wearing a Johnny Thunder t-shirt. I got my identity. And I'll be back tomorrow in a different t-shirt, and I'm going to see who left messages today.
Well, is this the BrickTsar? I have heard that you're a little distressed. I have also heard that the reason was not disclosed. Let me assume you have offended your homeowners association. And now, you must explain your hoard of bricks and undisclosed tipper trucks parked in your basement. Let me guess, this HOA is taking action immediately. I would advise that BrickTsar find the best of lawyers, or maybe he could deploy the tipper truck army. This is the Jedi Sith. I hope you have a good day. I will annoy you another one later.